I've been studying Japanese for over 5 years, and over the years, I've come across many useful tools. Today, I'm going to tell you what OCRs are and why you should be using them to learn Japanese. If you don't know what an OCR is, it stands for Optical Character Recognition. And basically, it just scans text and turns it into digital text that is copyable and that can be scanned with a dictionary. The first OCR I'm going to tell you about is called Poe Language Lens. I used to use this OCR for playing games and reading visual novels on my phone. Poe Language Lens is completely free to use, but for enhanced AI accuracy for rare kanji and for Anki exports, there's a small additional fee. Poe is one of the more polished OCRs for mobile, and that's why I'm telling you about it first. But the next OCR that I'll tell you about is completely free and it has Anki exports. The next OCR that I'm going to tell you about is an app called Chimahon. This app has other features except for OCR, but I'm not going to talk about them on this channel. The OCR feature is extremely good, and unlike Poe, it's completely free. You can download Yomitan dictionaries to use with this app, so you can use English to Japanese and Japanese to Japanese dictionaries. You can find these dictionaries by just looking up Yomitan dictionaries on Google and just downloading some popular options. When I don't have ASB player on my computer, I sometimes use this OCR to scan YouTube subtitles on my phone. But like any OCR, this can scan anything. The third OCR that I'm going to tell you about is an OCR called PlayTranslate. This OCR is more polished for games and visual novels, so it isn't as good with vertical text, but for the most part, I haven't had a problem with it. If you're having trouble, you can also change the OCR options that they have. Unlike Chimahon, PlayTranslate has built-in dictionaries, so you don't have to go out and download the dictionaries yourself if you don't want to. But for me personally, I like to use my own dictionaries, but you can do whichever you like. It can also export screenshots and audio to Anki, so I like to use it to play games, read visual novels, and watch YouTube. They have tons of language options to choose from, so whether you speak English, Chinese, or any other language, they'll have definitions that fit you. You can also study other languages with this app as well. Now I'm going to talk about the option that I found for iOS. So personally, I'm not an iOS user, but I borrowed my girlfriend's phone and I messed around with it trying to find an option. The only option that I found that really works is just taking a screenshot of the text that you want to read, opening it inside the Photos app, and just using the built-in scan feature on iOS. If anyone has any better options, just comment down below, but even looking through Reddit, this is the only option that I found. For PC, an option that I really like is a software called Capture to Text. This OCR is a little old, so it's better for just scanning a short amount of text. You can scan the text by just pressing a scan button and using a clipboard inserter extension on a text hooker website. Just enable the extension in your browser and click the scan button where you want the scan to start, and then drag your cursor to where you want it to end, and then click your scan button again. There are other options that you can use within Capture to Text to scan automatically, but I like the manual start and stop because it's more precise. After that, you can just scan the text with Yomitan and then you can export it to Anki. An option for playing games and reading visual novels that's really good is called GameSentenceMiner. Just open the game that you want to play and select it within GameSentenceMiner, and this will open OBS and it will have your game already displayed within it. OBS is used in order to OCR your screen. Then run the area selector and it should select the text within your scene automatically. But if it doesn't, you can just use the manual option by clicking Ctrl-Shift-G. After that, just click the Send to Clipboard option. Then press Auto OCR and it will automatically scan your text and put it into the text hooker. And then you can scan it with Yomitan and export to Anki. After you export it to Anki with Yomitan, a little pop-up will come up and you'll be able to select the screenshot and the audio that you want. But if you want it to handle it automatically, you can just ignore and just keep playing your game. These are just a couple options, but there's a lot more that you can find. I'll link the OCRs that I mentioned in this video and further setup instructions in the description below. I hope I was able to convince you why OCRs are god-tier tools for learning Japanese, and I hope that you all give them a try. If you want to get other language learning tips and tools, I recommend checking out these videos right here, and make sure to subscribe and like for more videos like this. And I'll see you all next time. Bye bye!